This is Yu Gong, chairman and co-founder of Ehaodian. Unlike other e-commerce sites that began by targeting a niche market, the company was initially founded as a comprehensive online supermarket. And unlike other .com founders in their 20s, Yu Gong was almost 50 when he founded the company.
It's never too late. I started the company when I was 48, so it's never too late. But just follow your heart, follow your passion.
In the fierce battlefield of e-commerce, it seems that Ehaodian maintains its cool. How do they do it?
Our general philosophy is that we under-promise, over-deliver. I think e-commerce needs scale. So I really think that in the future, probably only few companies can survive.
In May 2011, Walmart first invested in Ehaodian. Now the global retail giant became its biggest shareholder with about 51% of the total shares. Gong, welcome to our show.
Hi, Stephen. Great to meet you.
Yeah, it's great to meet you too, and I've welcomed a lot of guests here, but very few, in fact I should say none of the other guests, have ever been part of a company where Walmart now has 51% of the shares. Tell me about this new cooperation with Walmart.
I think Walmart is our strategic partner. It's also our strategic investor. And Walmart has high desire of entering China, especially China's e-commerce. Certainly, we share a lot of common values, corporate culture. And also at the time we sought for funding, for capital, we had a lot of choices in many, VCs.
Tell me about that.
PEs.
Tell me about the choices. Did Walmart come to you, or did you go to Walmart, and how did all of this?
Yeah, we were approached by many PEs, VCs, but when Walmart definitely stood out, we feel that Walmart provide us not only the capital, but also strategic value. Walmart has over 50 years of retail experience, great supply chain management, and we really learned a lot. Not only that, we also share Walmart global sourcing resources. We gain similar terms and conditions from all the suppliers.
Will it change? Will your website domain name change in the future to walmart.cn or something like that?
No, I think Yihaodian, our customers like the name, and we feel that we are very well received by our customers. So we feel that this is the name that we feel proud of.
Now, I understand that this happened late last year, late 2012. So what changes has this brought to the company so far?
We start to talk about how to improve our sourcing, improve our supply chain management, and put a lot of action items.
You're a young company, what, 4 years? It's so young.
It's a little bit more than 4 years.
Okay.
Right.
As a B2C online grocery business, Ehaodian was founded by Yu Gong and Liu Junling in July 2008. Both of the two founders were former executives at Dell before they established the company. Yu was the vice president of worldwide procurement, while Liu was the president of Dell China.
At the time of starting up the company, we wanted to build a long-lasting company. Okay, we wanted to build a very healthy company. So Junling and I, at the time, we quit Dell.
And you invested your own money, if I understand, right?
And we spent 4 months in a tiny room, about 10 square meters, only one table, face-to-face for 4 months, writing business plans, discussing, and the spreadsheet.
Sure,
we spent the whole month
number crunching,
discussing
trying to
the
figure
numbers.
it out. Right. And
Making
this is in the States, or is this in China?
In China.
Okay.
We just wanted to make sure that we had the business model right.
Most of the successful e-commerce companies focused on a niche market when they were born. For example, Dongdong.com started as an online bookstore. Jingdong's initial advantage was selling electronics. However, Ehaodian chose a different path, and with hard work and ingenuity, the founders proved that the business model was right.
We wanted to offer our customers one-stop shop, a full selection.
Right.
So we came up with the idea of online supermarket. We also entered through a FMCG, fast-moving consumables, because we figure that it's critical to have a customer loyalty, have repeated purchase. First of all, they buy standard products,
Yes.
right? They buy named brands.
Right.
They trust. So then they buy it every week, repeatedly. They gain the trust. Then they rely on you. And then anything you offer, products, services, they will buy.
So if you can capture that customer who goes to the store every week to buy things anyway,
Right.
and you can get them to trust and then buy something on your website weekly or bi-weekly or every 2 weeks,
Right.
Then you know you have
And
a
then
customer
start
base.
to provide them more offers.
More and more, offer
For
more
example,
things,
we start with the FMCG, then we start to provide them apparel, digital products, and many others. We launched our website July 11th of 2008, right? Then we had 10,000 customers by the end of the year. And quickly, within 1 year, we had over 1 million customers.
So
Like
from
10,000 to 1 million over a year. But now in less than 5 years, we already have over 30 million customers. And you can see that in 2010, we penetrated Beijing market. At the same year, Guangzhou market. Certainly, we launched Innovation Center in 2012. You can see we incubate roughly about 30 to 40 projects, business ideas, innovative ideas each year. And you can see that the future is up to you.
That's right. That's right.
So all of us are making history.
Right. And the line, where will it be next year when we come back and film you again?
Oh, we will fill the war and we'll produce next war.
And is it true, Mr. Gong, I heard that you actually buy something every week from your own website? What do you buy?
I buy everything. I buy snacks. I buy digital products. I buy,
Just to test or actually
test.
to use as
I
well?
force myself to write comments on my experience.
Okay.
Basically, during my purchase, what I found. Maybe the description is not clear. Sometimes the pictures does not match with the product. I know precisely what problems are there. All the management people, they are required to do one-day customer service periodically.
Okay.
They also need to go to warehouse for a day periodically. They need to do delivery.
Good.
I did delivery. I did.
Yes, I understand you've done deliveries, you've done warehouse work, you've
Yeah.
done call center as well.
I did everything. I went to warehouse to do the picking, packing, the inbound, the outbound.
You know
sorting.
every step of the process.
Yeah, basically, I try to understand all the details so that that helped me with sound decisions.
他走过来有点像那种教授的感觉，老师。
A little pressure you can feel before the meeting, yeah.
其实刚啊、Junling啊，他们都是刚刚才完成了我们定期的一个客服体验，对，就是我们可以分享一些刚下来以后他接了几通电话，比如说最简单的发票的问题，就是我们也会让他去处理，让他像一个真正的客服人员一样去处理客户的问题，让他切身的去感受一下客户收到东西的时候的一些抱怨，他帮助我们解决很多问题，比如说发票问题，他下来以后立马就打电话给发票主管说这个问题你要在时效之内给我解决，而且以后要杜绝发生这类的情况。
In the past 5 years, Ehaodian has been on the wave of China's fast-growing economy, and its very own homepage is an example. This is what their homepage looked like in 2008. You can see it's a short page with a handful of products. And now the homepage has developed into a cleaner user interface. The choices of products are still there, but they're now categorized in a more logical way for users to shop.
At the time we launched the company, we had only 3,000 SKUs.
3,000 SKUs.
Right now, we have
today,
close to 2 million SKUs.
2 million.
And probably near the end of the year, we'll have close to 5 million SKUs. Wow. So it's just tremendous. I mean that because customers really want to have a choice.
Do they ask you for things that you don't have, or how do you find out about that?
They do. In fact, we have a very systematic way of collecting customer needs.
How's that?
For example, people do search, right?
Okay.
When you get online, they search for certain
On
item.
your website, when they search, you can collect
search for
that.
either for a brand
Right.
or a product name or characteristics. And we collect those information and do analysis. Start
so
to
many
source
people search,
based on
it's worth
customers'
getting.
needs.
Right. And I understand your name, Ehaodian, means the #1 store.
Right.
Tell me about this name. How did it come about?
Well, at the time we set up the company, and we really want to have a very sound name. So 4 of us, me, my partner Junling, and our wives, 4 of us came up with 200 some names.
200 names.
Yeah, and so we saw through the names and vote for the names. So the name Ehaodian, #1 store, was proposed by Stephanie, Junling's wife.
Okay.
And we all loved it. We thought that a great name,
Do you remember any of the others?
Many. New Height.
Okay.
Right now we translate into Chinese called the New Height. But in English, New Height, because we really want to reach new height in our life, in our career. But it's still our company name. But the logo and the name for the website, we decided to use Ehaodian because it's very humble. It has ambition as well. We want to be the #1 store.
Well, it's also very clear, too. I mean, you know exactly what it is when you say, well, in Chinese, you know what it is, Ehaodian. There's no confusion of what it's going to be. And New Heights might have been confusing. What is it, a travel company? Is it a mountain climbing club? Or, it could be anything. It could be anything. But it's quite clear your name now. Packaging and delivering are 2 great hurdles that every e-commerce company must learn to conquer. Apart from its own logistics team, Ehaodian also collaborates with some third-party delivery companies. In this way, they are able to service the entire country.
We set up our own delivery team about 3 years ago, and because we found that lots of customer complaints, almost over 60%
Sure, if
of
they
the
order
complaints
something 2 days, 4 days, a week later, it's broken
around the supply chain, around the final delivery, last mile, late delivery or damages along the way, etc. So we've decided to invest and build our own delivery capabilities. And we start to deliver to major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and the whole Guangdong. Then we start to branch out. And right now, our delivery team can cover over 40 cities.
Wow.
We ask our delivery people, delivery associates, to share their stories of a good customer experience. Okay, so some would share that a customer ordered from the 30th floor, but somehow the elevator was broken, and so our delivery associate need to carry 10 kilo, 30th floor to the customer store. So that great story.
What did the customer do? Did the customer give any 辛苦费 or tip
our
or anything?
Customers called our our call center,
and reported that, and
reported
said, well
and
done.
appreciated our associates, and wrote very moving letters. So some share other stories, like when they delivered, they say they tell the customers that I can help to carry the trash out, etc. Some of our delivery people found that our customer's door is left open.
Wow.
So he called the customer and waited there for over an hour for the customer to come back to lock the door. And all those were wonderful stories. So we share all the stories. We had an internal magazine to share all the stories.
The internet is the double-edged sword because you can use it for great PR and for the great storytelling, but one customer has a bad experience, or they take a picture and put it on Weibo of the damaged package. These things, it's a new generation, I guess, of trying to manage this type of PR situation that we didn't have 5, 10, 15 years ago. Right. And even this morning I read reports about restaurants in America and how one bad customer's experience can ruin a restaurant. And, this could have never happened in the past. How do you manage the unfortunate stories? Because let's face it, you do how many millions of deliveries a year, there's bound to be 1 or 2 that are going to be wrong or damaged.
Our company, corporate culture, we put everything into 4 words. Okay. Integrity, customers, execution, innovation.
Let's start with integrity. What would be an example of how this plays out in your day-to-day operations?
Yeah, for example, we train our people, both my partner Junling and I, we train even our customer service people. we told them that every customer complaint is a gift to us. You need to wear customer shoes. Even on the opposite side of the company. For example, I remember that once a customer called saying that, one local wine, yellow wine, when she bought from the supermarket, there was a label on it, and somehow the one we offered does not have that label. Yes. Was different. She think it might be a fake product.
Right.
We never do that. We never offer anything like that. But she said, I don't want it. Our customer service people told the customer saying that you need to send it back. At the training, we said, no. You say that we go to your place, pick it up, return your money, because we have not earned trust from you.
Right.
We need to earn your trust through our own.
Go the extra mile.
Through our action.
Right.
Go through extra mile.
Yeah. Technology doesn't stop at your website. It goes offline as well. Tell me about these virtual stores that popped up all over China where people could use their mobile phones to buy things.
Yeah, we launched what we call mobile Yihaodian about 2011 February. So you can see from all the subway stations.
Yes, subway stations on the wall.
So
I've
on the
seen
walls,
the
you see the virtual store, virtual shelf. You can see the real size products.
This looks like a supermarket, but I see it's not real products. So how does this work?
We call this a virtual market. And basically, you have these virtual shelves with all the real size, physical size products. And you can use our mobile app to scan the QR code and make a purchase. It's very simple. Okay, so you can scan the product.
Wow.
Okay, so it's in. You say, oh, I like to buy it, and here only one unit. It's not enough. Let's buy two.
What have you seen in the past few months that you've done this? Have you found that people actually do buy it?
Oh yeah. In fact, first of all, it's a great marketing. It's very innovative. People like it, and it's like a game you play, and it's very interesting. So people are attracted to it. It's very viral. If one person scans and other people all come to line up to look, and it's a great marketing. By the same time, we see that people really use it.
Tell us some percentages of
I think this tripled our sales in mobile app sales.
Okay.
We are changing people's lives, really.
Okay, let's talk about the competition in more detail. And originally, as you said, if we think Dangdang, we think books, or 365.com, we think electronics, Taobao, consumer to consumer, selling things used, secondhand, new. But now all of these sites are starting to offer everything like Tmall. They want to be the one-stop shop, as you said. So are these sites rising as competition, or do you see other competitors coming from other channels? Everyone you mentioned is our competitor. So it's hard to avoid competition. You have to face it. And the winning is not determined by what products you offer, but by the full customer experience. Okay, so you go back to the customer experience. Right. If you can be better than the competition, then you're not worried about the sales. The sales will follow. The sales will follow. Right. Of course you're worried about the sales. You're worried about sales, but you need to care about the customer experience, because that's critical. So you don't think price is king? Price is part of the experience. Now, I would imagine most of your customers are probably the 70s, 80s, 90s generation, the younger generation that is used to technology. Is that true? Yes. Okay. In fact, we found that our customer profile, most people are young, white collar. 25 to 35 range. Yeah. Okay. But also we see some customers in the 35, 45 range as well. They have different needs. Right. They probably come to buy different products. Customers who have families buy different products. So their targeted products are quite different. For example, when they enter your website, what's the first product they buy? That's the benefit of e-commerce. Yes. We have the data, precise data for all customers, their behavior. And we're going to talk about your experience in a little while of all of the different varied jobs, but I'm interested in two places you worked before, Amazon and Dell. What did you learn at those companies that you have brought to Ehaodian?
Yeah, I learned a lot. I think those are the two are great companies. You know, I benefited a lot from both. From Amazon, I learned its vision. You know, its innovative environment. Also, from Dell, I learned you know, execution, you know, effective communication, leadership. You know, I think I benefit a lot from those. Also through our own, through my own entrepreneurship experience before.
Thinking as an entrepreneur has always come naturally to Yu Gong. As a university professor in the United States, he started a software company with a team of more than 100 people, developing a management system for almost all the major U.S. airlines. Later, the company was sold to the consulting firm Accenture. That was how Yu made his first dollar. In Dell, it's where you met your partner there.
Yes.
Tell me about this, you two leaving Dell to start Ehaodian. Was it his idea, or did you approach him with the idea? How did this process start?
Yeah, he approached me and invited me for lunch in a Hubei restaurant, my hometown's restaurant, and brought up the idea of
where was
building
this
a
at the
company.
time? Was this in Beijing?
It was, in Shanghai.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very intrigued by the idea, and certainly it stimulated the genes in my blood, entrepreneurship genes, right? Reminded me the glorious days of my entrepreneurship in the past.
Right.
And I believe that if two of us can make a commitment, we'll make something happen.
This is Junling, Ehaodian's co-founder and CEO, Yu Gong's business partner. He told us that he doesn't often accept media interviews, but fortunately for us, we caught him with our cameras rolling.
We invest a lot into data mining. We want to understand more about customers. At the moment, I think our challenge is that we have lots of data, but we haven't managed to translate those data into real information. Practical, But we're investing in modeling. We're investing, in relationships with some of the universities who can, work in partnership with us. And it's really basically, no other e-commerce companies can have as much data as we do because people come back all the time.
And I bet you had no idea you would create something that Walmart would be interested in buying at that time, right?
Certainly,
I mean, you didn't have such grand vision at the lunch, right?
No, not yet. We definitely want to do something that we feel that promising, and want to create value for the society.
And was it a vision for an online shop of sorts, an online grocery store, or was it just a technology
and we discussed,
idea?
and I brought up the idea of doing e-commerce because my past experience with Amazon, and certainly so we went along that direction of e-commerce. But how to enter became the very question that, so we debated many rounds and came up with the idea of online supermarket, and which turned out to be a sound one.
Well, history has shown it was, but it was quite a risk at the time.
Very risky. Nobody
Very
believed
risky.
it. When remember a story that Junling and I went to Puxi to visit a VC partner, and the guy received us, and we prepared very well. We had our PPT and everything ready, and discussed among ourselves before going there. And we spent about 10 minutes presenting the ideas we had. The guy lost patience and started to give us lessons, saying that professional managers, you know how to build from 1 to 10. You have no idea of creating a business from 0 to 1. So I argue that, I had my startup in the US, and from my basement.
Sure.
I made it a success. He said, that's US. This is in China. So on the way back, we kept silent. That was the only time that we didn't say a word. No.
What were you thinking?
No, we were thinking one thing. We'll prove this guy wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about your business partner again. Now, before I came to China, for 8 years, I ran a small marketing advertising company with a business partner. Yeah. Most of the time, she and I saw eye to eye. We got along well, but there were times when we approached different clients or situations or projects with great disagreement, and we would have to figure that out before we move forward. Have you come to any of those spots where you disagree on certain decisions in the company?
To tell the truth, to get to where we are today, I have a great partner. First of all, we have common values. That's extremely important because we treat this entrepreneurship as our important part of our life. It's not finding another job, just do something quickly, make some money.
Or not something you can easily switch.
Yeah,
right? Yes.
easy switch, or we basically treat this as our life. You can see that we moved 5 offices, but we always stayed in the same office. Every time we have a question, we need to have a discussion.
So communications is easy.
Communication is very easy, and it's very transparent.
Okay. Tell me how you complement each other. What is he better at than you?
Junling has good insights, and I'm very analytical.
Okay.
You tell me something, I want to have a supporting arguments.
Crunch the numbers,
show me the data,
figure it out. Right.
Show me the logic, and tell me why before I help me to go through the process.
Right. To see how it's profitable.
To see how why it's right way of doing things. So we have 1 + 1 greater than